Good morning, students. Today we will be studying the poem Macavity, the Mystery Cat for class 8. This poem is written by T.S. Eliot. I'll go for the topic again. Macavity, the Mystery Cat. Now, first we will know something about the poet. T.S. Eliot was born in 1888 and he died in 1965. He was a great poet, a critic, a good writer, and even a publisher. He got the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1948. Now, there comes a question to our mind. Why has he written such a poem? The answer is that he has written a book on practical cats, especially for the children. And children like and enjoy the poems. Now, we come to the topic. Macavity. This is the name that he has given to the cat. And then we come to the other word, mystery. And we know that it is something that is full of suspense. So it means our poem deals with a cat named Macavity, who is a mystery cat. Now, before starting this poem, you can see that the poet has given you some questions to answer. The first one is, do you have a pet cat? And I think all of you have the answer to this. Have you ever noticed anything mysterious about it? It is not easy to say whether every cat has anything mysterious. But when we talk about Macavity, according to the poet, is a mystery cat. So, let us find out what is so mysterious about Macavity. I'll read the poem. Please be with your pencils so that you can mark the areas and try to understand the poem by yourself. So, please be with me. Macavity is a mystery cat. He's called the hidden paw, for he's the master criminal who can defy the law. He's the bafflement of Scotland Yard, the flying Scot despair. And when they reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. He has broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. His powers of levitation would make a fakir stare, and when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. You may seek him in the basement. You may look up in the air. But I tell you once and once again, Macavity is not there. Macavity is a ginger cat. He's very tall and thin. You would know him if you saw him, for his eyes are sunken in. His brow is deeply lined with thought. His head is highly toned. His coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. He sways his head from side to side with movements like a snake. And when you think he's half asleep, he's always wide awake. Macavity, Macavity. There is no one like Macavity, for he is a friend in feline shape, a monster of depravity. You may meet him in a by street. You may see him in the square. But when a crime is discovered, then Macavity is not there. So, is he a mystery cat or not, children? I think you have understood something. Now, we'll be going for the explanation stanza-wise. We will read it again. I know you are going to enjoy it. Macavity is a mystery cat. He is called the hidden paw. Now, the poet calls Macavity a mystery cat. He's very mysterious. And the poet says that he is a hidden paw. You know, paw. Hidden paw. That which is hidden. So he is giving him another name, calling him a hidden paw. Why? Why is he so? Because he is the master criminal. Oh my God, another word, master criminal. Master. He is a master criminal, one who commits crime. Criminal. What does he do? Who can defy the law? Now defy? Disobey. He can defy the law. He is the bafflement of Scotland Yard. You know, bafflement. He is the cause of worry. He creates confusion. He is the bafflement of Scotland Yard. Now, what about Scotland Yard? We know that this is the best police force in the world. The Scotland Yard. Even the police, even Scotland Yard police is in confusion when it comes to Macavity. And it is the cause of despair. Despair means sadness. It is the cause of sadness of the flying squad. Now again, what is flying squad? We say that these are special people, group of police or people who are coming all of a sudden for checking. In your examination also you have seen teachers coming and checking you, those who are not in duty, but even then some 2-3 teachers come and check, they too are a part of the flying squad in the school. So, Macavity is a headache for the police and even for the flying squad. Now what happens? When they reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. Now when the police or when the flying squad, it reaches the place where the crime has been committed, the criminal is not there. And who is the criminal? That is Macavity. Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. He has broken every human law. He has broken the law of gravity. Now, there is no one like Macavity. He has broken every human law. And now the poet talks about one of these, that is the law of gravity. We know when something is thrown up, it will come downwards. Even that law has been broken by Macavity. Now, what does he do? How does he break it? We will come to know. His powers of levitation would make a fakir stare. Now, he has got strange powers. He goes up. Levitation, when something is taken up. So, powers of levitation will make even a fakir stare. Now, what is so special about a fakir? Who is a fakir? What's the meaning of the word fakir? Now, fakir, we can say they are, or a fakir is a person who we say possesses, who has strange, supernatural powers. Somewhat like a magician. We see that the magicians, they are performing some such acts. After seeing those acts, we are startled. We are surprised. Even a fakir is startled on seeing Macavity. I think you've got it. Okay? I read the line again. His powers of levitation would make a fakir stare. Everyone will stare. But what is so special about the fakir? Why is he so special? He is so special because he has some supernatural powers, we can say, or he is somewhat like a magician. And he too is startled after seeing Macavity. And when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. Again, see, this is the mystery. The crime is committed, but the criminal is not found. Now, the poet tells us, where can we find him? You may seek him in the basement, you may look up in the air, but I tell you once and once again, Macavity is not there. You may seek him. Seek him, you may find him, you may search him, you may go for him. You may seek him in the basement, an underground area. You can see him in the basement, you may look up in the air, you can search him anywhere, but I tell you once and once again, Macavity is not there. It's a mystery guy. It will escape. It will go from there. So it's not there. Now, the poet tells us something more about Macavity. Macavity is a ginger cat. He is very tall and thin. Now he says that Macavity is a ginger cat. He tells us about the build of Macavity. He says that it's very cautious, it's very cunning, its color is brownish, and it is lean and thin. It's tall and thin. You would know him. See, again, how to identify, how to know about Macavity. You would know him if you saw him. How? His eyes are sunken in. Now, sunken, that's the third form of the word, sink. So his eyes are deep set. They are deep. So you can check, you can see. If you see a cat with deep set eyes, you can say that it might be Macavity. So you would know him if you saw him. His eyes are sunken in. His brow is deeply lined with thought. You know, brow deeply lined with thought. His head is highly domed. And the head, you know, it's like a dome. It's highly domed. See the eyes, see the body, lean, thin, brownish, cunning. Then we go to the eyes, deep set eyes. Then we talk about the eyebrows, you know, they are full of thoughts, we can say, lined. And then when we talk about the head, it is highly toned. Now, what about the coat, the fur? His coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. Now, his coat, his fur, that is dusty. It has not been cleaned because he has ignored it. You know, neglected, totally neglected. And his whiskers. Whiskers are the hair near the nose, especially when we talk about the animals. So his whiskers are uncombed, they are not combed. And what does he do? He sways his head from side to side. You know, swaying like this. He's swaying, he's moving his head from one side to the another side with movements like a snake. When we see a snake, you know, it's putting its head this way and that way, going this side and that side. So he too is swaying, he too is moving his head from this side to that side. So we can say he sways his head like a snake. And one more important thing about Macavity. And when you think, you know, at times we are mistaken. When you think he is half asleep, he's always half awake. We think he's sleeping, but we are in a confusion, children. He is not sleeping, he is alert. All the time he's alert, he's cautious. So we can't say that he is sleeping. Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity, for he is of an and feline shape. Now there is no one like Macavity. Really, it's a strange cat. No one like Macavity. He is a fin and feline shape. Now we talk about feline. This we say, when we are talking about cat family, we say feline. So he is a devil, like a devil, but he's in the shape of a cat, a monster, beast. He's a monster of depravity. It goes for all sorts of moral corruptions. It's not good. How can we say? What has he done? He's defying every human law. He is not obeying. He is committing the crime and he is escaping from there. He's not seen anywhere. He is a bafflement for Scotland Yard. He's a cause of sadness for the. He's a cause of sadness for the flying Scot. You may meet him in a by street. You may see him in the square. There are different places where you can go and find and search Macavity. What are these places? By street. The street, the small lanes which are near the main street. Or you can even go and search Macavity in some square. Now, square is the area where people meet. It can be in some marketplace where people gather. In olden times, they used to share their views, whatever was to be shared. So that we call a square. So you can find him in any byway, by street, or you can even find him in the square. A crime's discovered, then Macavity is not there. But again, if there is any crime that has been committed and people are searching for Macavity, you will never find Macavity anywhere. This is the best thing about him. He is such a criminal who commits crime, but you will never able to trace him out to find him. So, see children, this is a beautiful poem by T.S. Eliot about the cat. Now you have understood it. Now I am reading it out once again. And now you will know it better. See, Macavity is a mystery cat. He's called the hidden paw, for he is the master criminal who can defy the law. He is the bafflement of Scotland Yard, the flying Scots despair. And when they reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. Macavity, there's no one like Macavity. He's broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. His powers of levitation would make a fakir stare. And when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. You may see him in the basement. You may look up in the air. But I tell you once and once again, Macavity is not there. Macavity is a ginger cat. He's very tall and thin. You would know him if you saw him, for his eyes are sunken in. His brow is deeply lined with thought. His head is highly toned. His coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. He sways his head from side to side with movements like a snake. And when you think he's half asleep, he's always wide awake. Macavity, there's no one like Macavity, for he's a thin and feline shape, a monster of depravity. You may meet him in a by street. You may see him in the square. But when a crime is discovered, then Macavity is not there. So I think you enjoyed this poem, a beautiful poem to learn. Now we will talk about some such things that have made this poem so beautiful. Now, we call them the decorations or the poetic devices. Now see, now you are in the 8th class and these are something new for you, but even then we will understand. We will go for them. What are poetic devices? Now poetic devices are the decorations used by the poet. Now what are decorations? What's the meaning of this? The poet wants to make his poem beautiful and to give it feeling, emotions, ideas, or to give it rhythm. They are using some such words which we call decorations or which we call the poetic devices. Now, there must be a question in your mind, is it that only the poets are using? No, even the writers are using, and then at that time we don't call it poetic, we will call them literary devices. So, out of those literary devices, we will talk about the poetic devices. Okay? Now, I will be telling you about some of the poetic devices that have been used in this poem. Now, the first one I will be going for is personification. Now, when we talk about personification, it means that when any object or a non-living thing is described, any object or non-living thing or an animal, it is described as a human being. We call it personification. So in your poem, you can see Macavity has been described as a criminal. So we have personified. So the first thing that we have seen here, the poetic device is personification. Again, personification. When a non-living thing, an object or an animal is treated as a human being. Now we go to the second one. The second one is simile. Now, what is a simile? What's the meaning of simile? Simile means when we are going for a comparison of two similar objects, and the comparison is done by using like or as. These are the two words we are using for comparison. And then we say the poetic device is simile. I'll give you an example. He fought like a lion in the battle. See, like a lion in the battle. So here we have used simile. Now in the poem, Macavity the mystery cat, you will find that a line is there. He sways his head like a snake. Like a snake. So the word like has been used, and we say that simile has been used. Now we come to the third device, and the third device is alliteration. Now, what is alliteration? Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sounds in a sentence. Means the words are nearby, they are together, but the repetition is of the consonant sound. Now, what is consonant sound? What's the meaning of consonant sound? When we go for alphabets, You know, you are doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G and all up to Z. Out of these, you know, there are A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. And these vowels, you know, these are the vowels. What am I saying? Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sound. So the sound will not be of vowels, it will be of consonants. For example, B, C, D, H, you know, all the other letters, all the other alphabets, they are consonants. So in the poem, we can find out any such line or any such area where it is here. Just see the last line of page number 50. Head is highly. Head and highly. Now see, her sound, her consonant, her sound. Macavity, mystery, ma sound. See, ma sound, her sound. So this we call is alliteration. Now, the next one is repetition. Now, repetition when the words are repeated. And it's very easy, you all know, many times you have done when the words are repeated. So, Macavity, you are doing it in the poem. Now, the next one, we have one more here, children, that is exaggeration. Now, what is exaggeration? You know, when we are describing something as too much. You know, a small thing happens, but we are saying it in such a manner as something big has happened. That is called exaggeration. Now, in the poem, let us see. In the poem, we see, I think, lot many areas where we can find exaggeration. Yes, line 3. He is the bafflement of Scotland Yard. Oh my God, a cat is confusing the police. Is it? Exaggeration. Then, again, the second stanza. His powers of levitation would make a fakir stare. How much high will the cat go? It's a cat after all. But look at the poet. He has used the word, his powers of levitation. Then I can see one more area, that is the last one, last stanza. A monster of depravity. Poor Macavity. He is calling him a monster of depravity. So see, these are some of the areas where exaggeration has been used. Now, we come to the last poetic device, and you know it very well, you love it, and that is the rhyme scheme. Now, how to find out the rhyme scheme? We are going for the last words of the line. And then we are going for the rhyme scheme. Now we will do it. The last word of the first line is for. Second line, law. Third line, despair. And the fourth line, there. Now see how the sound is rhyming with the other one. The first is pa, so A. Second law, it's the same sound. So again, third one, despair, but it has no match with law or paw. So we will give it another name. Then the last line, there, let us see. There, paw, no match, law, no match, but despair matches there. So A and B. So see, these are some of the decorations the poet has used to make this poem beautiful. Now, you will be going for the exercises. They are very easy, children, very nice, very beautiful. And you will be able to do it, I think, now, but you will have to read, you will have to recite the poem 2 or 3 times. Now, I have a question for you. My question is, mention some of the crimes discovered in the kitchen. Done by a cat. Now you have to write about some of the crimes discovered in the kitchen by you, and these crimes have been done by the cat. Okay? Now, I have some lines for you again. And now you have to write a paragraph. Read these lines and write a paragraph. See, I have got the lines for you. My kitten walks. My kitten walks on velvet feet and makes no sound. At all. And in the doorway, nightly sits. To watch the darkness fall. Now you will read these lines, try to find out what has been said, and then you can develop your own paragraph. So children, that's all for today. I think you enjoyed this poem. It's a beautiful poem. Again, I say, read it, recite it, enjoy it. Thank you.